Good morning, everyone. Jeanette Byro here. I'm a medium and a channeler, and welcome to your Wednesday Wisdom with Spirit, where I connect in with Spirit through mediumship or channeling and see what the message is. Now, today's a little unique because I just finished a meditation, and within that, Spirit actually had this whole message to share. And so I'm going to start by sharing that, and then I know my guides are going to come in too. So the theme of the message was about generalizations, and they showed me this bumblebee. It was kind of like this journey of a bumblebee. And so when I said to them, I was like, well, okay, you're wanting me to talk about generalizations in a general message. And they kind of laughed and they're like, no, just follow us here. Now, Spirit is saying, be thoughtful of the generalizations you are making in your life. Because although in some ways the idea of a hive mentality, like if we think of bees or wasps, even ants for that matter, there's like a hive mentality where everybody is working for the same thing, the same common goal: keep the queen alive, make more babies, bring food and nutrients in, you know the deal. Although this is a good thing, be really thoughtful of the hive mentality or the generalizations that you're making in your daily life, things that you think you already know. And this isn't a bad thing. This is more just like a question what you know, because here's the thing. They then showed me this orange. So like a, hello, there's my little cat. She wants to come in for the message too. They then showed me this orange, and they said, we often talk about in our world that the apple represents wisdom. They said there's also wisdom within the orange, right? And you know that whole thing of like, you can't compare apples and oranges because they're very different. There's wisdom within the two realities as well. They said what's happening right now is a lot of humanity is moving through what is considered to be like the orange, okay? We're moving through a real density to reveal what's underneath, or to reveal like a 5D consciousness. So if we look at the orange, and we take the orange as it is, we can squeeze it, we can smell it, we can smell that citrusy, we can feel it too. That's like the 3D knowledge of world consciousness, what it means to be alive. And they said, just because there's a denser layer of the orange peel versus an apple peel doesn't mean what's inside is any less valuable. It's just different. And so again, where I'm going with this is we are revealing many different layers right now in our awakening, in the collective awakening on the planet. And it's really important that we don't generalize or hive mentality something, because everyone's reality is so different, right? Like my reality may be one of an orange and yours is one of an apple, or vice versa. Or I may be a raspberry, right? And you may be a plum. Again, all have value, all bring nutrients, consciousness. However, each one is different. And if we get caught in a generalized idea or generalized thinking, we may miss out on something very unique to our own individual journey. And so I thought that was a really neat start to their message, because I was like, oh, interesting. I was like, we've seen the bee card in the various decks, and that's always abundance and good luck and all of this, but they were now referencing the bee as that hive mentality. Whereas when we all stand in our individual truth, while not generalizing what it should be for everybody else, we actually get to join in this great togetherness based on our individuality, right? So it's not like we all need to think exactly the same. We all actually need to be the entire our individual fruit, and then come together and make a fruit salad, which is going to be that much better than only an entire orange salad or only an apple salad. Do you know what I mean? So, okay, this is where Spirit wants to come in. They're like, yes, thank you. Okay, good. Let me see where they want to go from here. Hold on one sec. Okay, so they're saying this is where transformation is key. When you allow yourself to transform from one or two individualized fruits into the idea of a fruit salad, again, we're going to stick with that metaphor. They said this is where the power comes from, because new ideas, new concepts, and respect for people's individual journeys, knowledge base, expertise, whatever that may be, really can help propel a society, a collective, into a much higher frequency. If we all thought the same, we would all sit in the same spot and do the same things over and over, right? If we didn't branch out of the box, we would just do the same. And so the individualized piece within this collective, but working harmoniously together, is what is so important, which is why Spirit keeps talking about, like, align with yourself, choose self, honor self. And that's not a selfish thing for you to do that. Rather, it's you getting in enough harmony and union with yourself that you're willing to stand up for yourself and share what it is you know, think, or feel, while also being accepting of others doing the same. And when we're in that energy of accepting others doing the same, we get to work more cohesively together. Okay, and Spirit's saying this is where we then, yeah, that's fair. They're like, the reason why we're saying this is we're explaining it on one level on Earth, right? Apples and oranges. But they said that the apples and oranges, fruit salad, so to speak, also applies to the whole galactic community, right? So if we expand that kind of micro view into a macro view, we then also have different perspectives of different ET races, levels of consciousness, dimensional spaces, coming together as that fruit salad, working harmoniously and cohesively together from their respective perspectives. That, again, is powerful. So as we step into this galactic level of consciousness, Spirit is saying there. I was going to say awakening, and they're like, no, consciousness. It's not awakening to that. It's rather embodying that. So we're at a different level here. We're really going to have to embrace our individuality while also accepting the individuality of others. Okay, and then they're saying, think about why there has been so much polarization on your planet. From, even that's fair. Even the splits that we've seen in the experience of the pandemic, right? Splits in perspective. If we look politically, splits in perspective. If we look at even gender roles or gender identification, splits in perspective, all of this is allowing that polarity to help us find our individualization, if you will, so that once we embody that, we can come together with way bigger, creative, cohesive ideas. So they're saying all of these things are coming in together, but just consider, again, if we go back to what we started with, consider where you still may be generalizing something based on your perspective and where that may be limiting your movement forward. Whereas if you were to kind of bring back, it doesn't mean you have to change your idea, but just recognizing it's not the same for everybody. If you bring that back to kind of remembering that's your perspective, you're actually opening up so many more doors for where it is you want to go, whether that be in relationship with people, business partnerships, new creations, you name it. When we own our own, but accept what is out there and choose where we want to harmonize, we get so much more power in the creativity and the manifestations. Yes. Okay, fair. And they're saying, okay, well, this is really interesting. So the next piece here, and I won't run on too long. The next piece they're saying is, even though we will, I think by September, be moving into like 7 planets in retrograde, for those of you that are have been really aligning and have been really taking advantage of these energies of Leo, which shifts tomorrow, you've taken advantage of that fire element. I'm not talking about the actual fires. I'm talking about the action potential and fire element. And now we step into the earth element of Virgo, where you really get to ground it. So even though there will be several planets in retrograde, you will be grounded in your intentions, in your knowing of who you are, in your stability, in your fortitude. And when we take that awareness of where am I generalizing something, and we come back to that softened heart of accepting self and accepting others, we become a powerhouse of change, manifestation, creation, and all of that. Whew. That is so cool. Wow, what an awesome message. So I hope that resonated with you, or that you were able to pull some pieces that really helped, or that can help spark your creativity and your direction forward. So I will leave that with all of you. Thank you so much, as always, for joining me. If you haven't already, tonight is Cosmic Consciousness Circle. I will be talking about different channel messages I've brought through from Gaia about what's been going on in the world, fires, floods, earthquakes, all of that, how humans are connected into that, how Mother Nature has different cycles. It's a cool one. It's a big one too. So if you're interested in that, check out avalonspirit.com. You can sign up under Cosmic Consciousness Circle, and maybe I will see you tonight. So have a good day, everyone.